Okay, here we go. I have been blessed to go down to Honduras to TLC, the Leadership Center, for 3 times. My last trip was this last March, from March 1st through March 27th. I spent 4 weeks there. And I took a bunch of slides and had a whole bunch of wonderful experiences that I would like to share with you. First of all, I'd like to start out by basically saying that TLC was founded in 2011, and the main purpose of TLC is to prepare and encourage and empower young women to help themselves and their communities. They learn English.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you're doing, so just tell me.
Okay. To help themselves and their communities. They learn English and are educated as ethical leaders and change agents for their communities. That quote came from a recent article about the Leadership Center. Let me start off. Okay, none of the pictures are moving. Oh, okay, too fast. Oh, okay, very good. This is a picture of the first-year girls. They are in their classroom. As you notice, there are 2 different colored t-shirts that they wear when they are in class. They either pick their turquoise or their red t-shirts. There are 18 fine ladies that have finished their first year right now. And the first year includes intensive English, 4 classes altogether, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. The second year girls, which I think, oops, I went the wrong way. Here I am with the second year girls. The second year students have 4 classes a day also, and those are intensive classes in leadership and business skills. Honduras is the second poorest country in Central America, and it is very much still a machismo society where women are honored and respected as homemakers and mothers, period, and pretty much absolutely nothing else. So TLC takes fine young women and allows them to have a sense of self-worth and a sense of being able to change themselves and their environments, all within a Christian framework. So it has an exceptionally noble goal. These 14 girls that are graduating, I took a previous trip, my second trip down, when they were first-year students, and I was able to tutor many of them individually and just hang around with them and speak to them in English. And I just had such a wonderful rapport with these girls, knowing them for 2 years now. Okay, let's see what else we got. I would like to run through a typical day at the school with you, with the girls' chores, classes, extracurricular activities. This is a picture from my second trip with Haley sitting in the background. Basically, the breakfast bell rings at 7 o'clock in the morning. Everybody has about a half an hour to get their food. And then afterwards, there is a quick mini Bible study, 5-10 minutes, where the students learn what their chores and activities are for the day, besides for beginning the day with the Word of God. One of the first chores is taking care of the pigs. These 3 fine young ladies have swine duty for about a month. And every morning they come in, they clean out each stall. TLC has 7 pigs right now, and they clean them out, they feed them, they just love on them and talk to them. And as you can see from the smiling faces, the girls are pretty happy getting their chores done. Chores take about an hour and a half every morning. This is a picture of Tremendous. He is a fine 600-700 pound hog that can't wait to get fed every morning. And he is very much respected as he is being taken care of because he's very big. This is one of the girls just clowning around, putting her foot on one of the pigs who's getting his belly scratched with her boot. So the pig is very happy. Also, the pigs love to get scratched and washed. So you see what happens in the area. If you notice the brickwork, that is the standard Honduran brick that's used for all the buildings on the premise. And you'll be seeing that a lot more. One of the other chores is taking care of the cows. There are several cows, and often they are moved from one pasture to another. And it's very interesting being able to tell an 800-pound cow where to go. And oftentimes they do listen, but they are quite lovely animals. One of the other duties is chicken duty. TLC has over 50 chickens, and they lay eggs in the morning and in the afternoon, and the girls clean out the pens, make sure the chickens have proper feed, any leftover vegetables. I think this is either lettuce or cabbage are given to the chickens, and they will peck at it and eat it also. As you see here, these girls are coming in the afternoon to pick the eggs. TLC tries to use as much as it can from all the different animals that they have. They do buy additional meat and other supplies, but they're trying to become as independent as possible food-wise. I love this picture. This is a little boy named Kael. He is the son of the director of student relations. And one thing I learned about chickens is that eggshells are crushed to a fine pulp and mixed in with the food again, because that way it strengthens the new eggs that the chickens lay. If that didn't happen, then the chickens would peck at their shells and break their eggs, trying to get some more calcium in their systems. Speaking of chickens, the girls kill chickens, and you see here they've been washed. They're being limed. Lime is being poured over them as flavoring as well as preservative, and these chickens will wind up becoming soup or other chicken dishes.
Oh.
Okay. Also, there are two things called pilas on the property. All the students hand wash all their own clothes, and there are concrete scrub boards built into the pilas, and there's clotheslines in the back of the dorms where the girls hang up their clothes. In fact, they also wash their boots, which are used in their daily chores. This is Linda. She, I have no idea where, went to an area where there's banana plants and took a whole thing of bananas, and she said that she would share them with me when they became ripe. On the right-hand side, you see a building. This is the staff house where I was able to stay. It houses 4 teachers, and it has a common room, quite nice. And something that made me feel like I was at the Hilton is they actually got a little mini fridge that they put into the main area. And on the back veranda, they actually put in a washing machine. So now we could wash our clothes and then just hang them on the line to dry. So I felt very, very special. One of the other duties the girls have is to clean the vehicles. There's about 3 vehicles or 4 vehicles that the school owns. So these are periodically washed and cleaned out. If you take a look in the upper right-hand corner towards the back, that is the actual building that houses 4 classrooms. Right now, there are first-year girls, 18, and the second-year girls that just graduated were 14. They are hoping that eventually there will be 2 classes of first-year girls and 2 classes of second-year girls. That's their projected hope and growth. This is one of the teachers in the middle. She's all the way from Lithuania, and she came to teach a business course. She was supposed to fly home with me on the flight, but with the COVID episode, she couldn't get home all the way back to Lithuania since all the borders were closed. So they said, oh, just stay. We'll have you teach another course. So she wound up starting and teaching another course to the girls. But she had plenty of oomph, so she helped the girls. They are on ditch duty in this picture, cleaning out the different ditches in the school complex. Another picture of her again, and she's just on regular yard duty, cleaning up. Everything is very tidy and done very well. These 3 fine ladies are on compost duty. They are organizing the compost and using it after it ripens to place it on different areas. The campus is between 100 and 150 acres. It has different pastures and orchards, and it also has coffee. The last time I was there, the previous year, I did bring back almost 50 pounds of coffee. So they have coffee picking is in November, from what I remember. So this is not coffee picking time yet. These are fine ladies. These are all chores in the morning, and they are cleaning up an area of the school. This is Ludin, and she is watering the lemongrass. I was there the entire month of March, and March is not very rainy. So everyone makes sure that everything is watered properly so that it doesn't dry up. I think when I was there, it rained at night, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times for the whole month, and that was about it. These ladies are weeding the beets. What I love about all of them is they are so joyful and very cheerful and just happy with the everyday things that they need to do. All of them recognize the special gift that they have by being at the school. These ladies are putting up sticks and wires and things so that the cucumbers can grow up. And I thought this was a very interesting experience. They are whitewashing all the stones and redoing the paths at the school. One of my favorite days, there's 2 of them in the week, is Balyadas night. Balyadas are flour tortillas that are made from scratch, and they are on Thursday and Sunday nights. On the weekends, the cooks at the school have those 2 days off, so the girls take over and do all the cooking. As you see, they're kneading the dough and making them into the balyadas that will become the delicious flour tortillas for the evening meal. We're in the kitchen again, a beautiful building that was finished about a 1.5 years ago. They are having spaghetti. We had spaghetti once with meat on it. Oh, it was so good. And here are 4 ladies in the comedor, which is the outdoor area where everyone eats. It has a low brick wall. Everything is screened in, and it has the capacity for double the amount of students right now. So they've planned for the future. This is a long view of the Comme Midor, and on the weekends, sometimes people have ideas for different things. They decided to do an art class where they painted wooden plaques. So they're having fun Saturday afternoon. And the lady with the glasses on the left side, she was a teacher the previous time I came. Her name is Carla, and she is the director of student services right now. These fine young ladies are taking care of their mini mart. They have a little snack shop where every day they have to put away all the food and take it out again every morning, count it, make sure all the figures jive. They can't leave it out overnight because there's critters there. So they don't want their profits to be eaten up. So they are very happy putting together all the things for sale. And Coke seems to be the #1 drink down there. This is Carla Mendoza and her husband, Eliezer, and their little son, Kyle. They sit on their motorcycle once or twice a week and go up and down one of the roads in the complex just for a cute ride. They are a wonderful family. One of the things that happens at night is that on Wednesday or Thursday night, there is a student-led Bible study. This particular night, they were watching a movie about Esther. So they just looked all beautiful for me for this picture. They also give themselves snacks for different meetings. This is a picture of cookies that they made for themselves. This is one of my favorite pictures. These ladies are so brave. That is one of the water containers. The water there is triple filtered, and God bless them, they drink the water and they're fine. I learned from one of my trips that I need bottled water because I do much better on bottled water. But they climbed all the way up the ladder, cleaned it all out so that they could refilter the water and start all over again. On Sundays, they have a beautiful brick building that they hold Sunday worship in. And this is Eliezer and 2 of the students who are leading worship. The new couple that are at TLC that have replaced the Rams are Mizraim and Saida. They are a lovely, wonderful couple with 2 little children, very much devoted to the school and to the Lord. So it was wonderful for me to meet them. This is a picture of Bloom Park. It is I added this picture because of how peaceful it makes the property look. And it is quite a peaceful, wonderful place to be. So I wanted to include that for everyone to see. One of the other activities that they have is once in a while they'll have a student bonfire, and everyone is kind of just very happy, and just different themes happen. Since they canceled the graduation this year and postponed it to a future date, they had a graduation bonfire for the girls. This is a picture of the second-year girls with Aurelia, who is the business teacher from Lithuania. And I just wanted to share here some of the things that some of the graduates and former students of the school have done. Now, one of the graduates, previous graduates, her name is Lenice. She opened up a small business back in her home community with used clothing and shoes, and she also teaches English at a local school. Someone by the name of Mary Maldonado started a book club in her hometown. And this gives opportunities for girls in many, many small rural Honduran communities. School only goes till 8th grade. There are no high schools for the tinier towns. So she opened up a book club so that she and the girls could read and improve their knowledge. She also gave seminars about self-esteem, baking, making jewelry, about God, about friendship, about how to get along with your parents, which is kind of important. So that's one of the other things that another student had done. I have 2 or 3 other examples, and then we will continue. In the little town of Nuevos Horizontes, it only has 125 people in the community, and they're mostly coffee farmers. One of the students had the town meet in a committee form to decide what the school needed, and the school needed fencing around it, and they all got together and built the fence. Future plans for the community are clean water, a health center, a possible kindergarten, and a church. She also leads seminars at their community school. The one important, well, they're all important, but this one important, her name is Norbentina, and she is the director of an external operation of Little Hands and Big Hearts. And this group, their primary focus is on children, especially those with special needs. She was able, in the community that this organization is in, to build probably the first playground for special needs children in all of Honduras. So that is quite special. Carla Mendoza, who is the director of student services, was a former teacher at TLC and a former student. She communicates with parents. She checks on students to see how their progress is, and she also works with student sponsors. So these are all fine ladies that have made a difference in Honduras. Now, this is the second-year students. I included this picture because they wanted to be silly, but it shows their effervescence and their just joy of life and their desire to make an important difference with their lives. So I think I'm done. So if anyone has any questions, I would love to take them.
Stop our share.
Oh my, look at everybody here.
There they all are. If you guys want to ask a question, I didn't see any come up in the chat box, so you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Rosemary, could you tell again the significance of the 2 colors of t-shirts?
I have no idea. They, I guess, picked those 2 colors for the first and second year girls. They also have their names monogrammed on the shirt, which was very good for me when I stood up in front of them. Oh, something else I wanted to say is that since 2011, they've graduated 9 classes with anywhere from 12 to 18 girls in each class. The 2-year program does not end there. Most of the time, in fact, this year's girls who graduated all got internships with different NGOs in Honduras, and the internships last anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And one of the internships that I remember, since it's a big NGO, is World Vision. So I'm very happy for the girls to be able to take everything that they've learned at TLC and then have an internship experience to help guide and direct them in a future path for their lives.
What is the average age?
Oh, what I was teaching them? All right, Jessica asks, can you tell us more about what you were teaching them? This time around, I helped the second year girls for one of their classes had to do a final 5-page term paper on a woman that has inspired them in their lives. Some picked Mother Teresa, others picked women in Honduras that were political leaders. And I sat with the girls and helped them polish their papers. I also, for the first year girls, was in class with them and helped pronounce all the new words that they learn every week. They have an interesting vocabulary. They learn almost 50 new words a week in their vocabulary. So I help pronounce them with my wonderful slight New Jersey accent, but it was okay. All right, another question. How are the new directors acclimating to their new role, and do they have any changes coming up for TLC? The new directors are acclimating well. They have such a heart of service for the school. Nisraim is improving his English every day, and his wife is also learning English, so that's very good. I know that there was a plaque in the school that said within 5 years, they would like TLC to be the premier 2-year college for women in all of Honduras. So that is a nice, wonderful future goal for the school. Look at these beautiful faces. My goodness.
Rosemary, you said,
okay,
oh.
I see another question.
Sorry,
What is life like for them before they came to the Leadership Center? All the girls are tuition-free students. No one pays anything. And what I sensed in the hearts and the minds of all the girls is they were very, very thankful. They are all high school graduates. So they all came from areas where there was a high school. Some come from very meager backgrounds where their families are quite poor. Others are a little more middle class, but they all have a sense and appreciation that this is a life-changing experience for them. Any other questions?
Well, Rosemary, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So you said they're high school girls. So are they graduating like we do in the US? So are they like 18 when they start at the Leadership Academy?
Well, they are all high school graduates, but the ages are very different. Some of the girls come in when they're 18 and 19, and some of the girls come in when they're in their mid-20s. TLC is trying to advertise themselves more and more across Honduras so that girls who never knew such a school existed can have an opportunity to go ahead and apply and get in.
And then do their families pay tuition, or is this?
No, this is all tuition free.
It's all tuition.
In fact, every single student is sponsored by either an individual, a family, or even a church, so that there is absolutely no cost to them. They are given school supplies. In fact, this last time I came down with 20 backpacks for the brand new class that's going to be starting in July. They've decided to postpone the beginning of the new first year girls because of what was happening with COVID. And the first year girls that now are second year girls were not allowed to go home. They pretty much stayed on campus, were given a week off, and then started their second year. It's a very secluded, safe place. So they put all these things in place so that the possibility for any disease being transmitted wouldn't happen. So
do they come in with any English at all, or are they just
none, zippo zero?
Zero, zilch, no English. Okay, great. Thank you, Rosemary. This has been great.
You're welcome.
Oh, you sponsor them?
Some more questions. Can you share about your return plans at the
even though my box lights up, it doesn't.
Outset of COVID-19? Oh, you mean how I got home? How I got home was very interesting. I was supposed to come home March the 30th, which was a Monday, and all the flights on United Airlines were canceled. I remember being on the phone with United in Honduras for about an hour and a half between two phone calls. And by the grace of God, the nice lady on the phone said, "You got the last ticket on the last flight out." There were other emergency flights that then got put on in different weeks, but I learned all about all kinds of governmental agencies and, oh my goodness, all kinds of stuff like that. Do the girls live on campus? Yes, it's very much dorm living. The buildings are, they house, the rooms are big. They house 6 to 8 girls in a bunk style kind of situation. They have their very own composting toilet, and God bless them, they're used to that. And basically, the composting toilets, the way they work is there's all kinds of sawdust and stuff and whatever in there. And then every so many months, they're cleaned out and taken off somewhere to become better compost. So it's quite interesting. How do you sponsor them? I think that probably ECF would know. There are some people, I know John Adair and Deb sponsored a former graduate, so you can ask them, and I bet you the office here knows how that works. All right, it says check the missions booklet on our website. That's what CASFA says to everyone. And to be very honest with you, I can't wait till I go back again. So hopefully I can go back either in the fall or maybe next March or April. In fact, I may go ahead and splurge and tell the powers that be down there, tell Mizraim and Saida that I may like to teach a 5-week course, something having to do with term paper writing or any kind of English, whatever. Or if they don't have a course for me to teach, then I would very happily go back and tutor any girls that need it, or just anything like that. One interesting fact that I was told when I was there, that if the girls apply themselves and study very hard, when they graduate, if their English is good, they will have tripled their income for the rest of their lives.
Wow.
Which is quite spectacular.
Yeah.
And let's see if there's something else I wanted to say. If it comes to me, I will say it. If not, let me see if there's any other questions. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. At the end of their second year, they all take an English proficiency test, and they are either rated on their graduation certificate as either basic, intermediate, or advanced. And only 2 of the girls this time around were basic. Everyone was either intermediate or advanced, which makes a difference when they are applying for jobs. Often, many of the girls return to their own communities and make a change in their own communities, while other girls will go into larger cities, which give them better opportunities for jobs. it's nice seeing all those beautiful faces. Oh.
Well, thank you all for getting on. We're going to end the meeting now and hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.